Greetings, and welcome back to the MCOC Encyclopedia. Gamora, maxed out, damage. Let's do this. As we so often do, we'll be starting out in Realm of Legends before moving into Labyrinth, Story, some Battlegrounds, and then finally finding the maximum damage we can get out of our Rank 4, Sig 200, 3113 recoils, team synergy, and, I've said recoils, everything, Gamora. She's only got 4 of each of her buffs, and the special 2 was already well over 170-ish K, 44k mediums, and this Winter Soldier goes down. 1 special 2, 1 special 1, 32 hits, 29 seconds. So clearly we need a slightly bigger opponent, because I haven't even got into talking about what Gamora can do yet. Gamora is actually an incredibly simple champion, but as you can see, we get a lot of damage out of her very, very quickly. On her medium attacks, she has a medium chance to gain a cruelty buff, increasing her crit damage, and on her light attacks, she has a smaller chance to gain a fury buff, increasing all of her damage. She can refresh those buffs, like this, on a heavy attack, and as the fight goes on, those buffs do last longer and longer and longer, up to 60% of their base duration. And you can see with just a few of each buff, the damage is really impressive. It's not hard to keep the buffs going, you just drop a heavy attack. And when we crit, we're already hitting the damage cap in Labyrinth. And remember, these buffs can stack up to 25 times each. So we're not even at the halfway point yet. We're just over the halfway point. On the special 3, we can get a shock, which is okay. It doesn't actually do as much damage as perhaps you'd like. It's fine. I think it does more damage versus robots, but it also gives us that true strike buff, which means we can now ignore a bunch of things, including armor. There we go, just going to go for the refresh. No, he's not playing ball, and we're going to get clumped here. Oh no, we lose some of our buffs. Oh well, you gain them back just by hitting the opponent. It's not overly difficult. In this fight, we are being massively hampered by the damage cap, but we'll see just how far we can push this Gamora a bit later on. The special 2 can also place armor breaks, and they're pretty chunky armor breaks, and when we crit again, you'll see, there you go, 35k, damage cap on the last hit of the heavy. We're really going to need somewhere a little bit bigger to max out this Gamora. Gamora also has her Godslayer strike, which is currently the thing on recharge, which is the grey icon on the far left. See, it's now ready. This gives her bonus abilities on her special attacks, it makes her armor breaks guaranteed, it gives her massively increased critical damage on her special 1, and so on and so forth. Now, some people are going to say, hey, you're running recoils, perhaps that's not overly realistic, and whilst you aren't wrong, recoils on Gamora do very, very little. Any champion that stacks up a huge amount of fury doesn't benefit very much from recoils, and given we have 25 very large fury buffs, I think recoils in their entirety might be giving us an extra 2 or 3. So it's really not very important. But that was Labyrinth Starlord down in 2 minutes 28, which is pretty ridiculous. This is 9.1 point something, 4, I think. It's the Cosmic Evade path. The idea here is that they've got Mixmaster, so if you do the same combo twice in a row, they'll evade, but as soon as you throw a striker, they'll be panicked, so they can't evade anymore. This is what Gamora looks like on a normal questing path, when we kind of don't bother about keeping her buffs going. I threw 1 heavy, just to sort of, for my first round. We're already doing 37k mediums. We throw the special 2. That was well over 100k. And then we're going to throw another special 2, because we do have power backs on. But that was about 100,000 damage of overkill. So clearly 9.1 isn't enough. 38 seconds. This is 9.2.4, 5, I don't know, it's the shocker path. Normally you'd take the heal reverse one if people are in this quest. This is actually quite an annoying path. You need to armor break the opponent, otherwise you basically do no damage, but they also go unblockable whenever they have armor, and they get lots of armor. But this is also Shocker, who's quite annoying. However, Gamora quite likes being, armor breaks is just another form of damage. We go for the striker, we haven't bothered refreshing our buffs at all, we go for the heavy, and that's it, there you go, fight's over. 1 special 2. 31 seconds, ridiculous. Okay, Battleground. Now, I can already hear the comments section going, you can't use rank 4 Sig 200 against Battlegrounds, it's not fair. So what we've done is, this is Battlegrounds plus 50%. So a normal Red Skull in Battlegrounds, a rank 4 Red Skull, would be around the 350-400k mark. This Red Skull has 600,000 health. So this is much bigger than any Red Skull you will find in Battlegrounds. And Red Skull himself is quite annoying, but believe it or not, this fight is about 2/3 done. Because we go for the Special 2, yes, we're running power backs, but as you'll see in a second, it doesn't matter, because we just go for a few more hits into our Relic, refresh the buffs in a moment. Nope, not going to bother refreshing the buffs. Another Special 2. Fight's over. If we weren't running the power backs, we would have just thrown the Special 1 instead, but 47 seconds is pretty ridiculous. Again, that was 50% bigger than what you'd expect. This is our big testing Starlord, so this is where we are hunting our maximum possible damage. We have 25 of each of our buffs, and you can see that we're already hitting for 80k crit mediums. That's pretty ridiculous, and as you can see just how long those buffs last now, because I've cut out the ramp up in this fight. I mean, the ramp up's been 75 hits. We go for a Special 2. That Special 2 itself was on the order of 350k, so that was most of a Realm of Legends boss down in one Special 2. Bait his Special 2. Power backs really aren't doing very much in this fight because this guy has 21.5 million health. We're up to 100k medium attacks. We get up to 5 armor breaks, 200k crit on there. It's just ridiculous. Come on, Special 1. There you go, Special 2. 126k medium attacks. Like, what? This is ridiculous. I don't know what to say anymore. There we go. 250,000 Special 2 with some very nice bleeds to go with it. 10,000 damage per second on the bleeds. Just ridiculous. So, there you have it. A quick look into maxed out Gamora. She is pretty mental. Doesn't actually need a lot of the support we've given here. If you'd like to see a rank 3, sort of a more realistic Gamora video, do let me know. I'd be quite interested to do that because Gamora can get a lot from not very much. You get 5 of each of her buffs and she's already slapping. If you have any questions, please leave those in the comment section down below, and consider joining the Discord server linked in the description. A great place to get specific advice, make suggestions for future video topics, and while I'm awake, I do my best to be there as much as possible. Thank you, and I will see you next time.